Hello, my name is Nicole, and thank you so much for just taking the time out to listen. Today, I titled this message, You Forgot What Unemployment Feels Like. You forgot what unemployment feels like. And this is the word that I heard from the Lord. Some individuals have been blessed with jobs. They have been blessed with opportunities to make more money, but they forgot about some things that they have been thinking about and some things that the Lord has spoke to them about during their unemployment period. Now, I know this message is not for everyone in the network, but it is for some. God has a habit of reminding people of some storms that he brought them up out of, and we see evidence of this in the Old Testament. There were many things that he had his people do to remember those trying times. And so altars were built and there was praise and worship. And even now, some people will still celebrate certain holy holidays. And we're not talking about American holidays, but certain holy holidays that God had put upon their people many, many years ago. So I will tell you that when you are in that place of blessing right now, having the job, being able to count on that paycheck to do whatever it is that needs to be taken care of, you also have to remember those things that the Lord put upon your heart, as well as those things that you know that you wanted to do, but at the time you didn't have a job. It's unfortunate, but the Lord gives and the Lord also takes away as a result of disobedience, pride, you name it. And then, of course, man simply takes away because he's trying to save some money, right? So he's going to get rid of some jobs. He's going to lay some people off, or he's going to find some fault with them and terminate them. And you know the rest, especially if you are in a hire and fire position. But going back to the point of this message, unemployment looked something like this. You were struggling. You didn't know how you were going to get bills paid. You had some requests that were made to you at the time, but you could not get the money together. There were holidays that came and went, and you still did not have the money to celebrate or to acknowledge people. And then, of course, there was those times where you saw commercials or you read articles or you even read books and you said, if only I had the money. Well, now you have the money. And now is the time to get that plan together or to pull out that list, right? Some people wrote a long list, and I can see this in the spirit, of some things that you said that you were going to buy once you got your job. But instead, you have not done those things. Other people said, I have some investments that I want to make, and when I get the money, this is what I'm going to do. So if your money right now is wrapped up in a whole lot of things and you still haven't tackled that list yet, I suggest that you do just that. Pull out that list, and all those other things can wait. If they're not so important to the point where they're not going to affect your water being cut off, your lights being cut off, your mortgage payment or your car payment, those other things, kind of put them on hold or cut them off for a month or 2 or 3 until you get that list that you said that, Lord, if you bless me, I'm going to do A, B, and C. Okay? Because you see, what happens is we put off some things. When we get the jobs, we start going out there and we shop and we shop and we shop. And then eventually we end up not having the money to take care of all those things that we said we wanted to buy. Or if only I had the money. And some of you all, you got the money, and part of the money was supposed to be going into a business, because at the time when you didn't have the job, you said you wanted a business, and you even prayed and you asked the Lord. And now that you have a job, you should be having partial proceeds towards your business. Come on. So that way, when that man or that woman calls you into the office and says, we no longer need your services anymore, you have put enough money away that you can start your business. Well, I consider this a blessing. Thank you. And now I'm on to my business. You see, you could be able to walk out of that office with your head held high rather than coming home with an attitude and being broke, busted, and disgusted and disappointed with your family and resenting them because during that time when you had money, you were spending all this money, but you weren't thinking about all the things that you could have been doing. Okay. Oh, I'm talking to some, not all. But during times of unemployment, I'm taking you back. During times of unemployment, there is a desperation. There's a need. Some people will pray harder than they've ever prayed before during that time of unemployment. They will ask God for so many different things. And then when the opportunities show up, they forget about all of those things. And some people will even go so far as to promise to do some things when I get my money. And they don't. And the Lord, He holds you accountable. He says, how many times am I going to bless you with all of these opportunities? And you tell me you're going to do this and you tell me you're going to do that and you never do it. Some people, they were just simply told that once you get your money, X amount of dollars is going to go toward the Lord. And they said, oh, okay. And they never did. And now they're back in unemployment again. Other people, they felt in their spirit that they needed to bless somebody at the time when they had their job, right? But they kept putting it off. They kept putting it off as if the job was going to always be there. And so, unemployed again. And they still never did bless so-and-so. Other people said, the next time when so-and-so's birthday shows up, I'm going to make sure that their birthday is beautiful, that, they are just shown much appreciation and so forth. And then they lose their job and they're back to saying, I don't have any money. I'm sorry. You see, they say these things during unemployment periods and then they get the jobs and then they're back in unemployment again. And none of those things ever got taken care of. How many folks said, I'm going to pay off a bill? I put my hand up. And then you don't pay off that bill. How many others said, oh, I'm going to buy that whatever you always wanted, right? That money came, that money went, and you never did buy it. And now you back to saying to yourself, everybody got something but me. You see? Jobs, I got to remind somebody, jobs are not here to stay. These companies know when they hire you approximately how long they're going to pay out money before they say, okay, we're done. How long are we keeping this position around? We'll keep it around for about 3 to 5 years. Okay, well then after that, oh no, this position's not meant to be around after that because there's going to be some changes made. And we've got some new equipment coming in. We're also going to be getting rid of some departments. So no, that position is not going to be past 3 to 5 years. And so you got about 3 to 5 years for some of you all in some of these positions to get it right. Somebody wanted a time. That's what I'm hearing right now. 3 to 5 years. That's it. And some of you all, you've already been in year number 3 and you're going on year number 4. So you really don't have much time left. Once again, this message isn't for everyone. It's just for certain people who the Lord has moved upon them to come across this message out of curiosity or because they just been with YouTube Enterprise 7 for a long time and they know that God is with this channel. This message is for you. You remember what you said during unemployment. You remember during those drought seasons when money wasn't right, what you said you were going to do. You're going to have to forget about everybody else and what they want right now. And you got to zero in on what it is that you said you were going to do. Some people said, I'm going to save for retirement. Have they saved yet? Other people said that I'm going to take my money out of this account and I'm going to put it over into another account. I'm going to take care of my rollover. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Did they? Some people said they were going to put money back. They promised themselves, I'm going to put money back in my savings. And they never did. Other people said that they were going to take a percentage of money and help somebody with their educational needs, and they didn't. And other people said that they were going to take a percentage of their money and help some family members out, and they never did. So all of these promises, all of these things that people said that they were going to do, and they have yet to do them. Other people said they were going to bless ministries. They were going to bless small businesses. They were going to help, out with this group and that group. And you know what they did? Nothing. The Lord showed me this in the spirit. Nothing. Instead, they're stockpiling money. And I talk about the rich man in a previous audio. So, for those of you all who have an ear, hear what the Lord is saying to you and do what you're supposed to be doing. Pull out your list or go back in that memory of yours on what it was that you told God back when you were unemployed. And may God be with you. Well, that is it. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen. You've been listening to YouTube NM Enterprise 7. Subscribe today. Also, if you haven't given, we do welcome donations. Blessings to you.